What's up guys? Today I'm going to attempt to disassemble this $150 jacket that I got for my birthday last year and try to attempt to tailor it so that it's not an extra large to fit my body, obviously. I am not an extra large person. If you are, this jacket would look lovely on you. But for the meantime, I would like for it to be a little bit more form-fitting. And so I've got here the jacket. This is the brand Avec Les Filles. I'm probably butchering that, so please correct me if I'm wrong. And I have a Land's End jacket here that I got at the Goodwill for $15, which I'm going to be using as sort of the blueprint for what I want the end product to be in this very expensive coat. I have been putting this project off for a year. Last year, after I bought it for my birthday, I wanted to tailor it before I went to Chicago, as we go every year. If you are interested in learning more about Chicago, check out the other video that I have on my channel, as well as on my blog page on my website. But I was too nervous to take apart this jacket because it is so expensive. But I absolutely love the print on it, and I really want to try to make a real attempt at this for this year's Chicago trip, which is also in less than 6 days. So I've got 3 full days, including today, as well as a couple of evenings before we head out there, and I'm going to try to get this done in that amount of time. And I'm going to take you along the journey with me on how I did it, or how I completely failed and ruined a $150 jacket. So buckle up. I've got my sewing machine from the 70s. I've got some black thread, and I've got some good music to keep me going. So let's jump into it. Okay, so here, actually, I didn't use that jacket I described to you guys earlier. I ended up using a jacket from Express that is sort of just one of my favorites. It's very form-fitting, and it was a little bit longer as well too, so it was a little bit easier to grab the pattern from this jacket. I used some parchment paper that I had in the kitchen to be able to see the jacket through it, and then just traced around where the sewing pattern was on the jacket itself. Once I had that finished, I aligned all of the panels together that I traced on the jacket to try to understand how they were stitched together, and then put them together on my mannequin here. So I, again, just could see how all this stuff was put together. It was a little bit strange trying to figure out how to align all these different items. I did leave myself about 1.5 inches of extra paper on each of the ends, so that way I had some extra just in case I needed to cut some more off. But this was the end product here, and so now I was ready to take apart the jacket. So you see me here with the seam ripper and going through all of the different seams. I ended up only splitting the side seams, and then obviously taking the arms off so that way I could understand the construction of the jacket itself. Once I had the arms off, I traced the pattern onto the jacket itself and did a few more outlines in a red Sharpie so I could understand where the differences were, and then pinned it back onto the jacket, again, just to understand how everything lined up. The biggest and most important thing for me was making sure that the shoulders aligned well with my shoulders. So I did measure out 5 or 6 inches from the shoulders to make sure that I had cut it properly. Cutting it was super nerve-wracking, but as you can see here, it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the end result here, and although one of my armpits is a little bit higher than the other one, it's not really noticeable when you're wearing the jacket, so I think it turned out pretty great. So once I had that all put together, I went ahead and sewed the inseam together where I had planned for it to come in a little bit more, and then started working on the sleeves. The sleeves were a little bit more difficult. I had to turn them inside out because the sleeves are lined, but I was still able to get them sewn together pretty well. There was also a cuff too that I might end up doing some more alterations on a little bit later, but once I finished that, I went ahead and pinned the sleeves back onto the jacket so I could get a feel for where they were supposed to line up. And then, as you can see here, went ahead and sewed them back onto the jacket as well too. So overall, it was fairly, I don't want to say easy, there was definitely a challenge to it, but understanding the construction by deconstructing at first really helped out. So this is how it turned out. I'm really happy with the result. You can see me here making sure that everything lined up and making sure that the sleeves look good, that they look aligned, and just double checking everything. So here's the end result. Huge difference, super happy with it. I felt like $1,000,000 wearing this. As you can see, I took it in quite a bit. I did end up putting a few extra seams so that way it laid flat along the sides, but the pockets still felt really in good place, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.